that's all we have time for today, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was nice hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
It was a
that
really
was
good
nice
stream.
stream. Thank you guys for coming. It was really nice. Oh wait, some people in the chat are saying the stream just started. I guess we
Oh.
have to start all over again. Oh damn, sorry guys.
Oh, whoops.
Whoops. I mean, it's not like
Okay.
we drew anything, so.
Hello guys, nice to meet you. We are the art team from 13 AM Games. Today we'll be drawing together with you some bad boys and kaijus and nephilim and talking a little bit about development. We'll start with introductions. My name is Julie. I am one of the animators for the game and lately also an UI and marketing designer. And yeah, looking forward to doing this with you. Ven?
Hi, I'm Van. I am the environment artist for Dawn of the Monsters. I'm responsible for all the stuff that you get to smash.
And
Mike?
I'm Mike. Oh, sorry. I'm Mike. I'm animator as well, and also I designed most of the kaiju, or at least the enemy kaiju. Yeah.
So let's get started. You guys prepared everything you wanna draw? I will be taking the middle lane. Mike said he'll take the right lane, so you can take the left lane. Then
Oh, okay. Left lane it is.
let's do this. Get our references.
What do I want to draw? Let's see.
So yeah, we'll be drawing and talking about general stuff. But if you guys have any questions, we'll be reading chat. So feel free to send us any question.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody have an idea what they're drawing first?
I think I'm just gonna draw my Kairos.
Okay.
I said I was going to draw the Nephilims, but I think I'll start with the human characters.
Okay. I'm then gonna start with Toradon. Because he's a cutie.
He's a cutie. Brazilla 2014 asked, what was your favorite monster enemy for the game?
For me, probably Onion. Or I mean, Toradon.
You already
Yeah,
started.
Toradon.
You know Onion, this cute guy?
Yeah, Onion was our working name for
Yeah.
Toradon. So if you guys hear us call him Onion, that's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's the only character I know how to draw from memory. And yeah, he's also my favorite enemy for the game. What about yours, Van?
I'd have to say I think Ninja is because he has a really cool effect.
You mean Fireclass?
Yeah, we're gonna be doing this all night, afternoon.
Yeah, I actually really like Fireclass too. He was fun to animate, although he was like a little bit of pain in the ass because the arm direction for him is really weird. He has inverted elbows, so every time I animated him, Taka or art director, he would tell me, "Julie, he's breaking his arms." I'm like, oh no.
Well, we tried talking about the normal monster enemies that you can fight in the game, but if I really had to really pick one and include all the monarchs, then I'd have to say World 4's monarch. Not sure if I want to say spoilers if people haven't played the game yet, but
Yeah.
That's a
World
cool
4's
one.
monarch is my favorite.
Yeah.
Gamer Minila asked, was King Molokar based on Big Bagan? Bagan? Is that how you say it? It's probably a question for Mike.
Mm.
Not really. I actually initially when I was designing him, I was basing it off of like a regent haircut, which is like what rockabilly people have. So like his horn thing on his head is like a pompadour regent haircut. Specifically, it's actually based on Josuke from JoJo's haircut.
That's amazing.
You'll find a lot of JoJo references in our game.
Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference there?
Yeah, and then the other thing I was kind of basing his design off of like the idea of a very like huge and menacing kaiju, kind of like Destroya is. Like when you look at Destroya, it's just like takes up such a huge presence. So I was kind of like taking that idea as well.
Yeah, well, design team definitely took that idea too, because he was merciless during development. If you guys think it's hard to fight against King Molokar now, you have no idea how he was during development.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
he
forgot
had
how relentless
like
he was.
super speed sometimes.
Yeah, like he would interrupt everything he was doing and jump into your face if you try to get any space. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Another question about the enemy design. Prince Black Elf asked, was Totodon inspired by Pigmon or Miklas from the Ultra series?
Yeah, actually, he was inspired by both. I actually really love what both of those characters look like, so I wanted to have like a kind of like cute looking guy like that in there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drawing Sofia right now, and a really cool. Maybe I should have said this after I drilled the elements, but a really cool design element that Taka added to Sofia. I don't know if a lot of people noticed it. Is that her headband is based on Megadon horns, like these things here, and she has a Magatama necklace, which is inspired by Ganira's pincers. So Sofia is a huge geek. It's a really cute design. Just in case, is this stream supposed to have no background music? Thank you for reminding me. It was supposed to have songs and I forgot to put them on.
I was wondering. Oh, that's yellow. Megadon is very egg-shaped, so it's a bit tricky to get the proportions, especially since you have no limbs, really, to kind of go with.
Hey, we have the music now. Let me know if the volume is too loud, okay, guys? Lady Dino Crisis asked, were there any scrapped playable Nephilim? Like one that resembles Rodan or Mothra, for example? Well, I would love to play with a Nephilim that was like Mothra.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Not that I necessarily know. Like, I remember that we had talked about some, like, very early on, but not far enough that I would say that they were, like, something that was considered. It was just kind of like general, like, pie-in-the-sky ideas that we were thinking of, at least from what I remember. Most of those four main playable characters were, like, pretty set in stone at the time. They mostly just changed what they look like.
Actually, I do have a question for Mike, if you know. How was the concepting process for Megadon? Because recently I found some concept artwork for Megadon that I hadn't seen before on the drive.
Oh, really? I actually don't really know that much. Like, most of what Megadon looks like is how he looked when I started the project. So, like, there was a lot more like horns and details and stuff on him, but other than that, he mostly just got a little bit more like streamlined from what I saw.
Yeah, I saw some cool concepts, like he had a little bit of fire on top of his head.
Oh yeah. No, I do remember that actually. Yeah, Taco was coming up with ideas for the horns, and he thought it would be cool if like some sort of effect would appear on the top of his head that made it look like he had a crown or something like that.
Wow, that would be cool.
Wow, yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Gamer Manila asked, did y'all consider any mammalian Nephilim? I mean, y'all are from Canada, so I'd imagine a moose-inspired Nephilim was tempted. I mean, Torodom is not a moose, but he does like charge against you, kind of like a moose.
Yeah.
Also, moose are already really, really dangerous. So, like, if we made a moose kaiju, it's just gonna destroy everything. It's not even gonna be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember there was a couple of ideas early on where there was kaijus that had like hair and stuff on them or like fur. But like, since mostly we were thinking of them as their own thing, it was like I took a lot of inspiration for some of them from like skeletons of animals, and some of them were mammals. But like, because of how we wanted them to look very kaiju-like in the end, they didn't end up looking mammal-like, you know? Like, same thing, like we wanted to have one that was kind of like an elephant, but then it ended up changing to look not like an elephant at all. Like, actually, it was Gaia Chris. Used to look like an elephant, kind of, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Or at least one iteration of her.
Brazilla asked, how did you guys make Megadon's roar, as it's one of the best monster roars ever?
Oh, thank you.
You mean like the sound or the animation? I imagine you're talking about the sound. And the sound is made by... I am afraid of saying something wrong here, but if I'm not mistaken, it's Steve, right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
And I don't really know how he did like specific Nephilim, but I know he took like voice clips from actual animals and distorted, and some of them is actually himself, like his voice distorted. You would have to ask him to know exactly which one is Megadon, if he's like an animal, but I think it's probably him.
Yeah, I remember at some point he was doing something with a string instrument as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if that became Megadon's or not, though.
So to warm up stuff, I have some questions for you guys. So, what was the most fun thing for you guys to work on the game?
For me, definitely making the kaiju monsters.
Is that a dream come true?
Oh yeah. I just love drawing monsters. So.
For me, it was actually trying to get the buildings to work with our destruction. For a while, it was just me modeling buildings, and we weren't really sure how we were going to handle the destruction. But with the great help from Marty. Really solved the problems of what we wanted to do, and eventually the system worked, and the modeling became more streamlined for it, and the result was really good. Like before, the pieces that would come out when we destroy the buildings were sort of almost preset, and then now it's like completely dynamic, and all the pieces just fly out like in real time. It's great.
Yeah, I remember it changed a lot during development too. How do you get the? I feel I should know since I am one of the artists on the team. But how do you get the like interior of the building? Is
Okay.
it all modeled or?
So the way I've done it was the buildings have like a shell, and that's where the windows and all the textures come on. And then underneath, we have a structure that's just like a basic floor level interior. So it looks like the skeleton of the building. And the way the destruction works is that, and this is like a bit of genius from Marty, I guess. When you hit the building, um, it collapses in using vertices coordinates, and it has different, I think, reactions to the inside model as well. And so, like, the inside model kind of gets exposed, and the destruction kind of shapes um, based on where the attack is happening.
That's
And
so
then,
awesome.
chunking happens. I'm not sure how he does it, but like it just breaks stuff apart, and it's all good.
That's awesome. For me, the most fun thing to work on. I mean, I got to touch a lot of animations that were already started, because I joined the thing a little bit when the project was already in development. So I think was already in development for 1 year or so. So a lot of the animations were already blocked out, and it was really good, really good learning opportunity to be able to like get Mike's and Taka's animations and just polishing them, because they had great ideas and I could learn from them, but I also could feel like I improved them. But one of the enemies I actually animated from scratch was the nest tentacles, the little snaky things. Like they are really cute. They look like this. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
got to rig and animate. And one of the things I really like drawing in my spare time is octopuses. And I do like rigging and animating tentacles. So it was I was really happy that even though we don't really have like octopus or tentacle enemies, we did have the small tentacle nests, and I could have fun, even though they only have 3 attacks or so. Gamer Manila is asking, whose idea was it to make a bunch of the alt colors references to various Kaiju Toku anime? I think I'm not sure if this is someone's specific idea. I think when you're working in games, you automatically want to make as many references to stuff you love. And color palettes is something really traditional in fighting games, to have references to other stuff. Especially fighting games from Arc System Works like Guilty Gear, BlazBlue. They always have anime references or references to other games. So when we got the chance to make palettes for the characters, I think that was just a giving that we wanted to make references.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think so
then,
too.
and then there's me, and I made a palette, and I just called it Red Lobster because I made Ganira red.
I mean, that is a reference.
Yeah, that is a reference.
I mean, it is.
It's a reference that I don't even know if everybody would get. I think that's like just a Canadian restaurant. I'm not sure.
I'm not actually sure if it's a Canadian restaurant.
I have no idea. I'm just guessing.
Never been there. Is it good? I want to go.
They have really good biscuits.
Oh yeah, they're well known for biscuits.
Oh, Witzer Blitz asked, who are your favorite kaiju or general monster artists? And did you ever consider a complete pixel art style like the loading icons, which are delightful, by the way?
Credits to Mike for that.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, I was so happy when we got to do them. Like, I wanted something cute for the loading screen, but I felt it wouldn't fit the game. So when other people suggested it, I was like, yes.
As for like favorite kaiju artists, I think I really like Tolnarita, which is the person who did kaiju designs, or I guess Seijin designs for Ultraman, the original Ultraman. Which is why a lot of the kaiju in this game they verge on being somewhat like abstract or strange, as opposed to just being like animal looking as well.
Do you have any favorite monster designer artists, Ben? Or any that you remember right now?
That's the thing. So a lot of times I look at the designs, but don't know who made it. So I like, yeah, I kind of I get inspired by a lot of designs when I look at them, but I'm really bad at remembering who the artist is.
That's okay. If you remember a specific series, that's okay too, because people can Google later who's the artist.
Yeah. So even the series escapes me because I just sometimes just see the kaiju designs and I haven't actually seen the shows. But oftentimes a lot of Power Ranger enemies are really cool. Like the concepts that they kind of incorporate in them, they're very whimsical, and they don't necessarily think of the kaijus as creatures. They kind of think of them as like themes. Remember,
That's
there's
really
one
cool. Yeah.
time I think there was like an ice cream monster. I vaguely remember. I don't remember, but it's like the idea where they just think of, oh, you know what would be cool? A monster that is made of ice cream, and then they would just make that, and then I'm just like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. You said ice cream monster and it reminded me. I didn't watch a lot of Toku stuff, but I did watch Akiba Rangers. And there's one episode where they have a Monja kaiju. Do you guys know what Monja is?
I don't think so.
Do you know okonomiyaki?
Oh yeah, okay.
So Monja is like a runny okonomiyaki that is specifically to certain places in Tokyo. It's like an okonomiyaki that the butter never sets, so you have to eat it with spatulas.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there was a kaiju that turned people into monja, so people were like melting in the streets, and it was really gross, but it was also like really stupid.
I love that.
See, that's what I like about Toku. They don't care. They just want to think, oh, look, this sounds cool. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
For me, let me see if I remember the artist's name. And by remember, I'm Googling actually. Yeah. I really like the monster design that is in Made in Abyss, which is by Akihito Tsukushi. He's an artist that is known for drawing like really cute small girls, but he also known for drawing really intricate and super detailed designs. And the monster designs in Made in Abyss, they're really crazy, and all of them are so original. It's not exactly kaiju, but think they are really good.
Yeah, I don't even
Uh,
know if I've seen any of the monsters from that.
yeah, I'll show you later. They have like, see, the series is about a hole that opened in the middle of a city that is really big, and the hole goes like really deep, and each layer of the hole has more and more dangerous monsters. So
Sounds awesome.
everything, yeah, and it's chock full of cool monster designs. Some of them are like
Mm.
tiny, cute critters, but most of them are super dangerous. Ultraverse Studios asked, is there a super heavy Nephilim for each character? Like how Godzilla have Ghidorah?
Super heavy.
Not sure if I understood this question.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Do you mean like a Nemesis or something? Like
But that's a good question, right? Like, is there a nemesis for each character? I guess AG's nemesis would be Kimara. If you play the
mm,
story of the game in Words 3, you find out more about the past of AG with the triple incident where he fought Kimara. And that's also really a really important moment for Jamila as well. But Kimara is not a playable Nephilim, so
Yeah.
maybe in terms of gameplay, like I would say the Taurodon is Tempest's nemesis because you are trying to keep distance and he keeps charging at you.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, for a while, Toradon was all the characters that I controls Nemesis because I did not like how Toradon was earlier. Uh, See, the problem was I couldn't get used to the way he targets you because he would dash at you, but then he wouldn't finish his dash until he was really close. So I would think that he would finish his dash at a certain distance, but then I would be wrong and get hit. And then you have the variants where he dives in the ground and comes up at you, and the targeting for that is very similar. So if the targeting reticle doesn't actually come in contact with you, then he wouldn't come out. He would just keep chasing you,
Oh yeah,
and then you get hit.
you would have to run away forever. You're stuck there.
Yeah.
But I think the animation changed a lot the way the Taurodon works because
Hmm.
actually I don't even remember how he is right now. He used it to. I think he still does like he used to, he stomps on the floor before and while he roars and then he rushes towards you. But I remember he used to stomp on the floor like for a long time. And when the designers made it shorter, uh, the animation got kind of like all weird. So for us that were testing the game, it was kind of really hard to fight him because you wouldn't get the like he would start stomping really quickly and you wouldn't understand what was happening. So this is something that you have to pay attention in animation a lot, right? Like even if you have a lot of time to that the enemies are like preparing the attack, if you don't understand they are preparing the attack, then it's hard. So the animation for that changed a lot.
Yeah. Speaking about that, um, a lot of the times we have reference from other games, right? Like how to give hints to the players of when moves come out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can you, I guess, as the animation duo, you have any insights about I don't know other games or animations that you reference to make sure that it's communicating to the player.
I don't even remember. I'm not sure.
For me, I reference fighting games a lot. One of the games I referenced the most, I think, is Darkstalkers, because not only they have really good animation, they also have like really weird characters. A lot of them match what our characters are. So whenever I was like, oh my god, how am I going to make this huge mess that doesn't have arms feel like it's punching? I would go to like Darkstalkers and see if they did something similar. Lady Dino Crisis asked, was there any concept art for Kimara? I saw his skeleton in Cairo. That's an interesting question, because we just teased today, I think 1 hour ago, on Twitter, a comic page. And in that page, you can actually see AG fighting against Kimara. So maybe soon you'll be able to see more about that.
Concept art, though? Not sure if did we include it in the archives? Do you know?
I think there was something.
If there is, I did make a concept for Kimara.
Oh.
And it was part of actually part of concepting World 3 and the landmarks for World 3, which is where Kimara would appear. And yeah, if the origins of what Kimara looks like is as a set piece in the environment.
Yeah, that's true. You were actually the designer for that, right, Ivan? Interesting.
But yeah, you never know. Like some characters can come out from non-character concepts.
You need to label each segment by artist. Oh, that's true. Let me do that. I'm gonna make a new layer. Oh no, that's a copy. Is this big enough? Actually, we are without music again, right?
Oh yeah.
Did the music even start? I'm not actually. I don't even remember if it started yet.
It started, but now it's over.
Oh, I get too in the zone of drawing. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, it's the artist thing, you know. Sometimes you forget to eat, sometimes you forget to break. You have to set a timer sometimes, so you have to get up and make sure proper circulation.
Yep.
At least we didn't forget we are streaming.
Yeah.
Yet.
Oh yeah.
Really. Mike. Writing is so hard. Oh, that's a good thing. I wrote it outside of the string boundaries. Now you guys know.
Oh, there we go.
I'm sorry that it's on top of your Torodon. I'm going to move it.
It's fine.
Then.
Nice.
Oh, let me see. There's a question from Takashi. Hello, Takashi.
Hello.
If we were to redesign Dino from the Flintstones into a Nephilim, how would it look like?
Oh boy, Dino from Flintstones.
That's Dino.
We gotta take a reference for that and see if we can make a kaiju out of Dino. Actually,
I would just draw him. If it depends on me.
Oh, you would just make a giant Dino.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here.
I mean, according to the kaiju spectrum, Dino would be a kaiju at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because he's very small though. It just depends, right? How you're defining him as a kaiju.
Yeah. I mean, Kaiju is just strange creature. Like, he's pretty strange. Doesn't look like any dinosaur that you would find in the museum.
I was thinking about this actually. Like, if we categorize kaiju as giant monsters, then Power Rangers, Super Sentai, even Kamen Rider, kaiju, they wouldn't be kaiju. Are they kaiju?
Pretty
Kamen
sure they're
Rider?
Kaiju.
I don't know. I always called them kaiju, and they're like designed. A lot of them are designed by the same people. So like kind of. I don't know.
They're not giants,
I-
right?
They're not giant. No, I mean I think there's potentially sometimes there are instances where they are, but anytime I can think of, they aren't. Oh, Dino is so cartoony. It's hard to make him look like a cool, scary monster.
I mean, we do have Torodon. Doesn't have to be scary. Although
Yeah, I
Vance is
guess.
looking kind of scary.
Let's see here. Oh yeah.
Let me give it a try too. Clifford the dog is a kaiju, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Controversial
I
opinions.
He is giant, so
yeah,
maybe.
I totally am in that.
But
Uh-oh.
I'm not the best kaiju designer.
Dawn of the
This is looking way too
Monsters
soon.
needs to be a Netflix series, according to Ultraverse Studios. I mean,
We also made
we've seen
an
our post.
announcement. Yeah, we also made an announcement of a Netflix series today on Twitter. But that was today before midday, so it might not be real. It might be real, I don't know.
I'm gonna do an attempt on Dino in a bit, but I'm really into Toradon right now.
Oh, he wouldn't need to have like a really big neck. That's the most important part of his design.
Oh, that's
Don't even
true.
have-
I made
Dino?
like a long neck.
Oh, Dino, yeah.
It's like a bowling pin or something.
I don't even have space to draw him here.
I just keep resizing my stuff.
Yeah, I've done that already.
So what was the most challenging stuff for you guys to work on the game?
I can answer that, I think.
Go on.
So one of the things that we needed to solve was the issue of fitting or making it easier for us to make a ton of buildings on the levels. And it went through a lot of iterations. So at first we were gonna make it kind of procedural, the way the buildings would be placed, but that didn't pan out very well. So next we thought, oh, we'll just put the buildings in ourselves, but that also ended up being very labor intensive, and then we ended up putting all our buildings in Blender and making preset blocks for them so that it's easier to place and mix and match. And the issue was there's a lot of textures, right? And how do we make it so that we don't have to texture every single building every time? So a lot of the work was organizing the textures so that we would be able to modularly place the textures for each building. And I thought the solution we came up with was pretty good. But of course, it can be more optimized in the future. But it was working pretty well, and the game looks pretty good. So
Yeah, the changing the blocks to Blender was also optimization pass, right?
oh yeah, it was. Before we did that, Marty kept complaining how we have too much stuff in the game, and yeah, it made it easier to render for sure, and it made all the rendering passes much smoother. So it also made destruction much nicer, actually, because it became less tricky to manage all the buildings when we wanted to make it destroy properly. Ew.
Do you have anything that was particularly challenging for you, Mike?
I don't remember what there actually was. I mean, there was a bunch of stuff. I can't remember right now. There was I remember the normals were pretty tricky to get make it so we could have the cool cell shaded lighting on stuff. It could be tricky sometimes. I don't know if I would necessarily say it was hard, as much as it was like troublesome sometimes.
It was a lot of back and forth and testing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to comment about the normals. For those who don't know, our game, some people think it's 3D. Some people think everything is 3D, but actually only our environments are 3D. And the enemies and player characters, they are 2D animations made with a software called Spine. And we developed a really cool technology that let us use 3D lighting with them. So we hand paint the normals. And that was hard to achieve, but it also limited the animation a lot. So working with animation and not being able to flip the bones and the actual characters was really hard, especially with AG.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's so acrobatic and stuff. It's like you wanted to reuse pieces so often, so that you could flip them.
Yeah. One challenge I had with AG, the little I touched on his animations, was that like I think AG and Tempest, they are both taller than Megadon and Ganira when they are standing upright. You wouldn't think so, but when you're trying to like animate them walking or doing moves where they are standing upright, it's really hard to make them look good because they are so skinny.
Oh, I could speak to another challenging thing.
Hmm?
The landscapes.
Oh god.
So the landscapes in the game, we wanted to replicate the way Mignola does the environments in comic book panels. So we resolved to making 2D paneled landscapes, and we would have a script that would move them according to the camera angle, and we called that the Parallax script or landscape mover. And it's really tricky. You have to get the right numbers just right for each layer so that they would move properly with each other. And then if you make any weird camera angle moves, they just fly off somewhere. So a lot of times it was testing to make sure all the landscapes were lined up properly and were moving properly as you play the game, and making sure some of the background assets weren't just flying off in the air. And it was a lot of back and forth. It was pretty tricky. It took a long time to get it right, but I'm just glad it's working fine now.
Is it though? The
Yeah,
game.
no, actually, it is.
It is. That's good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember the game almost shipped with the CN Tower flying. Do you
Oh
remember
yes,
that?
we were testing the game for in preparation for shipping, and one of the levels, the CN Tower, was just floating up in the air. Yeah, that almost made it to ship.
That's a kaiju. It's the CN Tower kaiju flying.
That's the future too, right? It kind of looks like a rocket ship or a UFO or something. So
it's a solution they made so Torgara wouldn't destroy it.
yeah.
Well, the technology in Dawn's world is so advanced. Yeah, if Evangelion has like the Tokyo Tree, is that the name? No, Tokyo Tree that goes under the ground. We have flying cities, flying CN Tower. Lady Dino Crisis asked, for Megadons and Ganira's height, were you inspired by the Showa era of Kaiju?
I think that was. I don't remember if it was that one or. I think so. I can't remember how big they are in the movies. Sorry, I was thinking about drawing Dinos.
It's very important. Yeah, I drew my Dino for you, Taka. Hope you're happy. Brazila asked, what's your guys' favorite movesets in the game for combos?
Okay. So for me,
before Van starts, let me say that Van is our resident artist combo maker.
Not a combo maker. I just make builds that break the game because yeah. I destroy the boss too fast. I like playing Genshin a lot, and in Genshin you build critical rate and critical damage. And so I was like, hey, we can reroll the augments, and we can make it so we have crit damage and crit rate. So that's all I did. I just loaded up on crit damage and crit rate, and I killed Megadon in 12 seconds and broke the scoring system. But the combo for that, I was using AG, and I used the augments that would double your crit rate, and loaded up on crit damage. And the combo I did was normal attacks 3 times, and then a heavy, and then I think there was an augment that increased something. I don't remember the function of it was, but I would go into Rage 2, which would be the nothing personnel kid teleports behind you move. And the lottery swing augment, which is like a really low chance to deal 5 times damage, would kick in, and then it destroyed Megadon.
Yeah, I don't have any answer as complex as that. I just really like Tempest's Heavy Hold 2, which is the Gatling gun.
Oh yeah.
It's just so satisfying. I was watching a friend play the game, and he was playing Tempest the whole game through, but I didn't see him using Heavy Hold 2 a single time, and I was like, oh, please, it's so good.
That's the pistol shrimp move, right?
Pistol shrimp? No.
Yeah.
Tempest. No? Tempest, not Ganira.
Oh, the Tempest. I'm thinking of Ganira. Okay. Oh, that's another.
No, it's the machine gun.
The shrimp move. Yeah, the machine gun move. Yeah, that one's satisfying.
Yeah, I think for me, I really liked the. I can't remember which one it is, but the one where Aegis like does the jumps in the air and then does like a flip and then brings his leg down. Like that full combo is just so satisfying to do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Taka said, size of the Nephilim was also decided because we wanted buildings to be big enough obstacles to Kaiju, but at the same time that they could stomp parts of the cities without problems. Ah, that's true, that's true. It's a very fine balance you have to make. Also, that the level of the detail of the city would be cool to look at, not super complicated, but not too simple. Yeah, that's something that's I wish we had a photo mode in our game, because the environments, they look so good when you are looking up close to them, zoomed in.
There was I remember a time when me and Taka were doing like a vertical slice of one of the levels. It was Toronto World 1. And it was one of the first times we've assembled the level to make it look like how it should look like. Before that, it was just testing assets and stuff. And then it was the first time we kind of like, oh, let's make it actually look like a city. And what we did, or what Taka did actually, was he took the in-engine dev game camera and drove through the streets in the level, and it was actually really good. It looked like you were actually like drifting through like the gardener.
That's awesome.
Oh, we should make a racing game. It's just Megadon running around.
Imagine a racing game where you have to the kaiju from like destroying the road.
Oh.
Whoa, that'd be actually really cool.
Okay, new pitch.
Damn, this is so mellow now with this music.
And then the music?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really calming music in the game. Just a few. Most of them are super high energy, intense. I don't actually remember where the song plays.
I think it's in like the archives or something. It's in one of the menu places, I think.
Is it? It's called Let's Try to Be... Let's Try to Be Cheerful. So maybe it's during the parties, when you finish a word?
Oh, it could be.
Ah.
Party time.
Can you draw a smiley face on the bottom right corner of the screen? It's for my little brother. He's quite the adventurous little man.
Just a little smiley face?
Just a smiley face. Wow, that's a big smile. That's for you, Cynesis. Brazila asked, what was the hardest level for you guys to S+ rank? Oh, Mari said it's the lounge music for chill dialogue. Makes sense. I actually didn't try to S rank all of the levels.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Maybe Van try it?
I tried.
Oh yeah, you were testing that actually.
Yeah, I was testing the S ranks. Hardest to S rank. You don't remember. It had to be one of the bosses for sure. It could be Inazudon and Bakugan, because you have to deal with two of them.
That's true. Space Dragon said he just shared a whip in the off-topic channel. Oh, thank you. We'll
you.
take a look at it later. Yeah, if you guys... Oh, that's true. We should be promoting this.
Yeah.
If you guys like to draw, we are running a fan art contest right now. So don't forget to join. There's still 2 weeks, so you have plenty of time. Let me get the link. Yeah, and the prizes for the fan art contest, in the top prize, you can choose either a Ganira or a Megadon soft vinyl figure. It's really cool. From Seismic. And there are some runner-up prizes too. So check it out. Yeah, good luck, Space Dragon. And if you guys want to share more fan art and talk to other fans, we also have a Discord, which is where all the cool peeps share their fan arts.
Yeah, that Seismic Sophie is really cool. I remember when I first saw the first Megadon one when it came out. I had to get one.
Yeah, definitely. I saw Ganira for the first time on the launch party. She's so big. She's so big. Yeah, and if you guys like figures, we also have those cute cheap figures that you can see on the bottom of the screen. They are part of the limited edition collector's edition from Limited Run Games, and the pre-orders end Sunday. So if you're interested, don't miss out. They are so cute.
Yeah.
Mike did the concept art for those.
You made some of the concept art for the small ones.
Yeah,
Just-
mostly I fixed them. I redlined it and gave some feedback and did the side view for Megadon. It was mostly your hard work. Sack Technos asked, is it okay if I draw one of them fighting Gamera XD? Please! That would be great. We love seeing crossover fan art too. Gamer Manila asked, they ever gonna make the regular Megadon Super be available for purchase again? I'm not sure.
Alex.
You would...
Is
Sorry,
this an
then?
Alex question?
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah. They are done by Seismic, so you should ask this to Seismic on Twitter. Yeah, but I do know we're probably going to make more color variants for them. I hope so. I'm not really sure.
Not really sure
excited to
either.
see. Lady Dino Crisis said, I see two of my least favorite Nephilim being drawn right now. Which ones are them?
Uh-oh.
Oh man, I really like this tiny ranged. It was so good. Oh, ranged. Sorry,
thank you.
what's his name?
So Sumstro.
Sumstro, yes.
That was I actually made that one as I made like kind of chibi versions to put on one of the signs in the Tokyo level for the zoo, and it was saying you could see the which version of Simstro was it? I can't remember which one it is that's there, but it was saying you could go and visit him at the zoo. So I drew like a cute version of him.
That's great. They're pretty cute too. I think all of our Nephilim, most of them at least, they have the potential to be very cute. I like Wireclaws. It looks like a chicken.
Especially in some of the weird ways we had him walking initially.
That's true.
He looked very like a chicken.
Brazilla asked, what do you guys think it would look like if you combined all the main characters together? Probably not good. I mean, depends. If you're talking about the playable character, I'm thinking about the human characters because I'm drawing them. But if you combine the playable characters like Megadon, Ganira, Tempest, and Age, that would be cool.
That could be pretty interesting, yeah. Oh man, I want to try that, but I feel like it would take so much workshopping to make it look right.
We can just take screenshots of them and like grab pieces.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
There was that bug a while back where the wrong faces would show up on each character.
Really?
During the conversations.
Oh yeah. I didn't see the wrong faces showing up for like the another face showing up in another character, but there was like that AG that his happy face appeared on top of his sad profile picture. He looked so ugly. It was so good. Let me see. Oh, hello guys. I'm ruining everything.
Oh. Oh, the transparency doesn't work.
Gotta, Marty said, gotta mix the four of them together, but like Voltron style. Huh. So how was talking more about like the art process during development? Can you guys talk a little bit about how is your process like for developing the game?
Like doing character design stuff, or like
for whatever
more overarching.
Oh, for whatever specific task that you want to talk about.
Okay, I can probably talk about designing Kaiju somewhat then. A lot of the Kaiju were based on sort of like taking ideas from what inspired some of the Kaiju that I like that are the coolest. So I'd look at references that gave like similar feelings and stuff like that. So like a lot of weird animals, a lot of like not even just weird animals, just like strange looking art or architecture and stuff like that, and plants, and like thinking about like what that might look like as an animal. So like sort of like mashing together the idea of like, oh, what does like a weird, I don't know, mushroom look like if it was a bear or something like that, and then sketching out bits and pieces of that, and then taking pieces that I liked the most and kind of mashing them into one thing. Yeah, it's a very like fluid process, so it's kind of hard to lay it out exactly how I do everything each time, but yeah. So like something, actually I could probably talk about it since I'm drawing Torgara right now. Like Torgara is based off the idea of how well, somewhat based off the idea of how animals trick other animals by looking like something else. So like you might be able to tell if you look, but her chest is supposed to kind of look like the face of an owl.
Yeah.
And that's why she has, instead of having arms, she kind of has like these big glowing orbs there, because those are like if it had eyes.
Yeah, I remember when we were animating her, you also said those red glowing orbs were where the electricity is from. Like, this is her electricity
Oh, yeah.
generating organ too.
Yeah. It would be like the... Yeah, so since she was electric, I took the idea of like lightning rods. So that's why she has these two big spikes on her shoulders. And the idea is that the lightning would come down there, and then she'd store them in those like eye orb things, and then unleash them through her wings, or through any of the glowing parts, really.
That's interesting. You mentioned architecture too. I'm curious. Is there any kaiju Nephilim, that made it into the game that has any architecture inspiration?
I'm trying to think. Like, sort of in some, like, Egg Rocks, kind of a little bit, and Gaia Chris definitely. Actually, for Gaia Chris, there's like literal architecture on her.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really count because she's kind of like a mountain that's like covered in architecture. But Egg Rocks kind of is, because like I was looking at a lot of like ancient pillars and things like that. So like not like full on architecture, but like bits and pieces of things
Yes,
in architecture, you know.
Yeah, I remember seeing like a concept art of him that is a little bit more less organic, that look at a little bit more like buildings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not exactly sure what else. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I was just gonna say I wasn't sure what else I was inspired by for Egg Rocks, really. I think like a whale.
Yeah, I think I can see like on how the sides kind of look, the side of the arms kind of look like a toothed whale. Oof. Normally, the way we draw it. What about you, Van? Do you want to talk about your process a little bit?
Sure. I worked on the environment concept to actually making them in the game. In the first thing I did was make sure I got the identity of the location first, to make sure that it's recognizable. So that the first thing I do before even drawing anything is just gathering so many references to the actual area and seeing what kind of architecture it has, any geological formations that we need to pay attention to, any landmarks that we need to indicate. because one of the easiest ways you can make a place look like a location is to put something there that's recognizable. For Toronto, it's CN Tower. For places like Tokyo, landmarks like what is it called? It's the big Ferris wheel in Yokohama. The Grand Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It is something 21. Cosmo 21. Yes? Cosmo? Is that it?
I don't actually know
Google,
the
help
name
me.
of the place.
Google, help me.
Yeah, Cosmo Clock 21.
Cosmo Clock 21. That's the one. Yeah. And also, what kind of materials that the buildings and stuff are usually made of. So, for example, for Toronto, we leaned on a lot of combinations of glass and brick, because that's kind of like a distinct feature in our city. We have a lot of glass, and a lot of our smaller, older buildings are made of bricks. So, if you look at the old Toronto areas, a lot of the buildings are brick, and a lot of our interactable buildings, which are bigger, so like more of like the office building variety, or like tall skyscraper kind of condos. And yeah, you can smash the condos that you hate so much now. Yeah. So basically just paying attention to what makes the cities look like them, and gathering a lot of material references to make sure you're not drawing a blank out of making them. Yeah. I guess another thing is usually a concept artist will make a concept and then send it to the modeler, but in this case I'm the modeler. So oftentimes I already knew what kind of what I'm looking for in terms of the concept and how to model it. So the process, I guess, is just to draw the building, get look like it, and then I would go into modeling when it's approved.
Makes sense. I remember when you were talking about like the research for the blogs for in specific architecture. I remember one thing that you and Taka did a lot was looking at aerial views of towns to see how the block design was. And it's not something that you think about when you're playing the game, but I remember seeing. I'm from Brazil, and I remember seeing the original Brazil that you guys were doing before this research, and then after you made the Brazilian blocks, and it made a world of difference. It's like, oh, I feel at home right now. Like I feel like that building over there is where I live it all my life. So that research it really works. It's really awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like that's a big part of designing the blocks when we actually made the move to doing them in Blender so it'd be optimized. It was that like we have full control now how they're arranged, because if we were doing them in Unity, and at first the limits that we have in Unity let us really arrange the blocks the way we wanted to. But in Blender, we could do anything because now it's just one model per block. So that's when we looked at, okay, so how are blocks assembled? You know, like how do these streets connect to each other? And like what kind of block shapes are we looking at? Because like, for example, in Toronto, we have like rectangular blocks, but we also have some like blocks that kind of go in like taper off and stuff, depending on the angle of the street. And then in Cairo, we actually have like blocks that kind of radiate from the, and then almost like a web kind of shape. So the blocks are actually really non-blocky at all. Like you wouldn't even. And that's something we really had to pay attention to.
That's really good. Sorry, I was reading chat a little bit. If I missed any questions. No, doesn't seem so. Yeah, that's great. I made this question for you guys, but I don't actually know how to answer it myself, so I would have to think a little bit. I guess for me, since I worked mostly on animation for the whole project, at the beginning of the project at least, I would get a doc from the designers saying, oh, this is what this move is supposed to be like. So, oh, we want a punch for this move. But normally it wasn't super detailed. So my first step when animating the enemies, it was to do research and look into other games to see what this kind of character, how it would move to help inspire me a little bit. And also I would try to look at the Kaiju movies too. Although sometimes it's a little bit hard because they move very slowly. So it's like a bad reference for animation. And just doing the block animation. I don't know if people are familiar with this term, which is like you just do the key poses for the move to test the timing, and then you test in the game to see if it works. And after that, it's polish pass, smoothing the transitions between the move, get a lot of feedback, whether it's like not selling the wave, it's not strong enough. You need to, often the feedback would be like, oh, this should feel stronger, and like, it's hard sometimes. Gigondi has a question. How do you go about designing combo-oriented combat systems? Gigondi, we here are all from the art team. So this would be a better question for the designers. They sometimes do strings. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can answer this one. But there's a lot of playtest involved in it. Like everyone on the team would test the game and give feedback on whether things were feeling good or not. And one thing that happened was the designers play the game a lot more than the rest of the team is. So we in the art team, because we were the ones doing the less playtest, we often become the parameter of whether the game is too hard. Because we kind of suck at the game. Not everybody, like now we don't suck anymore. But back then when we started testing, yeah. Witzer Blitz asked, slightly off topic, but it's Toronto related. Have you guys seen Nirvana the band, the show?
Yeah, I love that show. It's a very good show.
I don't know what the show is, actually.
It's about these two guys that live in Toronto who get into like really wacky hijinks, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to explain it really, but it's a really good show. I recommend it.
Is Nirvana from Toronto? The band?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's a confusing name, but they're named Nirvana the band, and it's like they're trying to get a show at the Rivoli, which is like a what do you call it? Like a concert hall.
Mm-hmm.
But like everyone thinks that they are Nirvana, the actual band, or they have to. So like I don't know. It's funny.
I made the meshed version of the player characters. I'm sorry for it.
Oh, did you? Let me see. Oh,
It's
that's
really
amazing.
awful.
I love that.
Let me see.
I love that everybody was like
Oh boy.
super focused at talking about the process, and I was like doing really dumb stuff while you guys talk it.
Like a Power Ranger.
Brazila said the combination is known
Combined.
as Magneta Gali Prime.
Oh. There you go.
Does that follow the Pacific Ring naming conventions? Another question for Brazila. Were there any monsters you guys designed that sadly didn't make it into the game? So many.
Oh yeah, there was. I don't even know how to count how many. I drew so many different things.
But yeah, like for the design process, you actually drew a lot of stuff that you weren't really planning on actually making the cut, right? Because it's just part of the process.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
Did we have any that actually made it into production? Like started designing for them and we had to cut?
I don't think so. We had to change how. What's his name? What was Garter's name?
Hmm.
Can't remember what
Escogon.
Garter's name is. Oh yeah,
Escogon.
Escogon. We had to change the way that one looked. It was originally a lot more. I designed it to look more like it was a Power Rangers kaiju kind of. So it was like, I don't know, it looked weird. His arms were giant snakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had to change it because it wasn't conveying the information enough that it was like protecting itself. Or so like, yeah, that ended up changing. A lot of the other designs, they never really made it into like actual production though.
Yeah, I remember there was, what's the name? I need to find it. There was an enemy I found in the drive, a concept art. Most of the concept art for the enemies that weren't used, it was like a giant file with all the enemies together. But this one, it was alone. And the file was called "We're Not Worth It, Jelly Boy."
Yeah, it was like a weird. I think that one was like a weird slug man or something, wasn't it?
Yes, and I love him so much. I actually put it in the thumbnail for this stream and all the graphics promoting it. Yeah,
that's so good.
I'm actually going to post it in the stream so everybody can see.
Sure.
Jelly Boy, he could be Ganira's scrap friend. Here he is.
Oh my god. There's also one that I was making that was based off of what was it? It was like a naked hedgehog or something. They like look so strange, and it looked so funny.
And a naked hedgehog.
Yeah, it was like a hedgehog with a quills or something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh my god, so poor thing. Though. Where is all your drawings, Mike? They disappeared.
I took them. I just put them on a different layer and hid them for now.
Okay.
I was getting. I was losing space.
In terms of stuff that didn't make it into production, we had environments where we thought of them and didn't make the cut.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have a whole environment place that didn't make the cuts, and I'm really sad about it. Actually, can we talk about it? I'm not sure. I think we can, right?
I mean, you know, you don't have to go to like in detail, but we could talk about what happened. Like it's just a normal thing. Like you make all that you can, and then you kind of have to filter out like to see which one is feasible, which one like what we can fit in to the schedule, because time is finite. And sometimes you just have to cut stuff that we think are cool because other things are cooler.
If I can be honest, I kind of remember that one specific environment being like, we were talking about what's left in the game and like scheduling everything, and then someone said, "Hey, what about that place?" And everybody was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. It's a dynamic thing too, because it's not only do we have to design the environment, but also narrative has to justify the environment as well, like to see if it fits in the story or the lore. So that's another reason.
Yeah, and in this case, if we have to cut things from the game, narrative also has to go back and like adjust to it, right?
Yeah.
So
that's
which
a
part
team.
process? Yes. Gigondi said, "I have a suggestion. Do you know those online shared canvas like Dropile? It would be cool if you could do a collab drawing with the viewers." Yeah, actually, not sure if. Oh yeah, collab drawing with the viewers. Yes, this is actually something I thought about when we were doing this stream. This is the first time we are doing an art. I think it's the first time we're doing an art stream, right? Did we do it before?
Yeah. Nope.
No, I don't think
I mean,
so.
we didn't, but I don't know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I in this case I wanted to like test it out just with the team, but I really want to invite more people to draw with us because that's very fun. We could do like a special event. So if you're interested, don't forget to join our Discord or follow on Twitter. We're definitely going to consider that and let you guys know. Maglock asked, "Can I make fan art of Jelly Boy?" Yes. I mean, I'm not his mom, but Mike is his mom.
Yeah,
He
if you
said
want
yes.
to. You totally can.
Gamer Manila asked, "Was Hong Kong ever considered, or would that have been too similar to Tokyo?"
I'm actually not sure. I think that's in our narrative director's question. Like, he could answer that because when I came in, they already had a list of locations for me, so I designed those. But I don't.
Yeah,
know
we
if
did have
they
other
also
places. I don't remember if that was one of them though or not.
But I do remember we got some reference from Hong Kong, didn't we? I remember sharing that around. Like a place that had a lot of buildings. Do you remember that, Van?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one you were talking about.
Yeah, but I wasn't in the company when the decision was made for which environments to do. But the places we have right now, they are actually, all of them are very special for the team in a way. Like Taka and me, we are both Brazilians, so, and also like we don't really have a lot of representation of Latin America in general, so that's why I imagine, I wasn't there, but I imagine Foz do Iguaçu was chosen because of that. Like, it's a place where we can represent both Brazil and Argentina. And if I'm not mistaken, Alex's family is from Egypt too. And we're all, the studio is from Toronto, so that's why the first place, it's the place we have the most references probably. And Tokyo is just a matter that we can't really do like a kaiju. We can't really do a kaiju game without Tokyo. That's forbidden. It's in the rules.
Tokyo has to be in there. We're giant weeds.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay. Space Dragon, very important question. Megadon has no nostrils? Yes.
Yeah. I made that mistake.
Yeah, we were talking about it this week. We came to the conclusion that Megadon is kind of like a giant pug, and he's always breathing through his mouth.
The mouth breather.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. His idol, he looks like he's breathing out of his mouth.
Mm.
He takes a big sigh.
Yeah, I was also commenting how if he's a big pug, then he probably farts a lot, just like pugs. That's probably not very.
Isn't that just his flex move?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm very sorry.
Imagine every time he flexes, that's actually Megadon.
Priscilla asked, how tough was it to make the machine enemies?
Oh,
I think all of
the
us touched
machine
it.
enemies.
You mean the atoms, right? The robots. Or no? Is that a spoiler? I'm sorry. I hope you guys played the game.
Yeah, I actually think that might be they might be the ones that almost everybody on the art team had a hand in making, is the atoms,
Mm-hmm.
at least to some degree.
Yeah, I was making an environment version of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where the concept came from.
Taka made the original concept of them.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah. I did make a sheet. And then I based it off of that.
I'm going to invade your space, Mike. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I have a lot of space now, so.
Kohara's hair is very important. From what I remember, like one of the challenges we had with the machine enemies, the atoms, was that we needed it to share the skeleton with Tempest, because we needed to cut time from in production and animate them, but we also didn't want to use Tempest animations for them. And Tempest has a very specific skeleton, because when she's idle, she's facing forwards, and when she's walking and attacking, she's often facing to the right. So one of the challenges was that we had to change the skeleton of the atoms to make sure they were always facing right, if I'm not mistaken, because we would have to make too many assets to make them face forward, just like Tempest.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
And also, for a long time in development, they actually were just Tempest with another color, and we were kind of afraid that we wouldn't have time to make them actually look like their own and make them special. I'm really glad that we got that to that point, and yeah, I hope you think they look cool. It was one of the few enemies that I did the starting animation for them.
Now I'm gonna actually pull up Dino. What's Dino look like?
That's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's good. Dino, Flintstone.
Brazilla asked, and do you guys ever wish to make a mecha version of the monsters like Mecha Megadon and Mechaganira?
Megadon.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
If we did
Mecha Tempest.
If we did the Mecha Megadon and Mechaganira, would you want to change their animations to be more robot-like, Mike?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
We're sure we would have to fight with production if we did that.
think we could do some really cool stuff though.
Yeah. Oh, in VFX, right? Every move we could make like some steam coming out of their limbs and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Like instead of having magma form, you'd have like vents coming out and just...
Ooh.
Right, Dino, you're gonna get Kaiju-fied.
Gamer Manila asked, what was some of the ideas and philosophies behind the icons for the almonds? Oh, that's a nice one. I'm not sure if we can answer.
Yeah,
I have to
augments were designed by Yerin, who is in Korea.
Yeah.
The icons.
Yes. We will start doing spotlight for our partners, that other people that work in the game that aren't necessarily in the team. I believe they're going to start being shared on Twitter on probably Monday. So hopefully I will get to share about Yerin's too and show a little bit more of her work. Yeah, do any of you have anything to say about like the process, how it was getting the icons designed?
Not sure. I didn't really have that much of a hand in it.
Yeah, I was part of communicating because Yerin's my friend. So part of it was getting their references right because we had to match the Mignola style again. But we also wanted the icons to... Yeah, it was mainly because we needed to make sure it looked like the comic book style. Some of the references that we mistakenly sent from other games, like League of Legends and stuff like that, mainly to get the composition of what's in the icons. But part of the trick was making sure that doesn't have the same effects, but it could still stand out in terms of color and the way the image kind of communicated the function, right? So yeah, there's a lot of back and forth, but Yerin's really good at taking the feedback and producing the graphics.
Yeah, I remember we were like having a little bit of trouble of communicating on our part what we wanted.
Yeah,
But,
we kind of had to find what we wanted to.
Yes, but the moment we like we said, oh, this is what we wanted, and she said, oh, okay, now I get you. It was just like a blaze. It was so quick to get all the icons. She's really good at this.
Part of it was also like, oh, we thing like this, and then she made a bunch of variations, and then we found one of them. It's like, oh yeah, this is, and then we kind of base it off of that one, and then off we went.
And it was kind of like a challenge for some of them too, right? Like some of them are really funny. I remember the one, I don't remember the name of the almonds specifically, but I really like the one that is, it's something cower. It has like a 3 Taurodons looking very scared and full of blood on them.
Oh yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, and it was really tricky to like some of them it's really easy to draw something that illustrates the idea. But and like putting down characters in the ones that are more like about combat, it's easier. But getting the ones that are more like fundamentals and stuff like that, in the case of fundamentals, it's just like a book with Tempest kicking, which is kind of like the manual. It sounds like it fits perfectly, right? But to get to that idea, you need to have some like creative juices flowing.
Yeah, that was tricky.
Ding Drill Powell. Ah, Vorix! Tom is here. Yeah, we're talking about the almonds icon. Do you want to talk more about how that process was, Tom? Tom is our... what is the specific term for Tom? He's one of our designers, and he was in charge of combat and mostly the almonds system design.
The augment system is his baby.
Yes, this is baby. Space Dragon asked, creative freedom with the none of the monster characters for the contest is okay? Yes, totally okay. We like to see the different interpretations from people. And I think one of the coolest things we managed with this project was that we got a lot of awesome artists to do guest art for the game. And they all have like really different interpretations, like Jacinto's, which is the illustrator for the limited run cover. His Megadon is so fierce. So cool. Ding Drill Powell asked, do you guys plan on adding more missions and more free monsters to the game? More contests for the game. We don't have anything planned right now. Everything depends on how well the game does. But we'd love to keep working on the game. We have so many ideas. We'd like to get it out.
Dino has nostril.
Dino
Yes,
has.
He does.
He's not a Megadon.
Yeah.
Tom said, initially I came up with an Excel sheet with ideas related to the name or the idea of the almond. Yering would then take those ideas and sketch out something that worked, sometimes using the idea in the sheet, sometimes doing her own thing. Most of the time, much better. Yeah. That's like such a cool song. It's 15 before 6. So I think we'll be wrapping up at 6, unless you guys want to keep going.
It's up to you guys. I feel like I should probably eat pretty soon. I'm getting pretty hungry. But
Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry
We can
too.
wrap up at 6.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
should
so
get some kind of Dino happening by then.
yeah, I trust you, man. Okay, so we have 15 more minutes. So if you guys have any cool questions, now's your time. We'll be gone forever after that. You'll never have the chance to talk us ever again. Today.
We'll retreat into our little hermit artist holes.
Just joking. I really like the idea of the collaborative art session.
yeah, this is pretty cool. I'd be up for this again, probably.
Yeah. Really good background music too.
Yeah.
Lady Dino Crisis asked, what's your favorite DNA almond? I know Van has favorite one. Oh no, it's the other side.
What was it called? It's the augment in the middle, slot 2, that doubles your crit rate.
I used to really like the almonds during development. I really liked the almonds that made your heavy hold 1 really powerful, but also also really slow. We still have that one, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But I stopped using it because I died so much. But I like the idea of it. It's just very dangerous. I really like Megadon's heavy hold 1. Hope you do more artist streams. Yeah, I hope so too. It's like drawing during work hours. It's perfect.
It's the dream.
As if we don't draw every day.
All day.
Oh, babies.
It's nice drawing for fun, though. I don't get to draw for fun as much anymore.
Yeah, doodling is relaxing. And you get some funny things like Dino Kaiju.
Yes. Actually, I can't wait to see what you do.
He's already looking special.
Yeah, I took a peek. That's pretty good. So.
He does have a tongue.
Thank you for your contribution to my personal game of the year, and thank you for answering so many of my questions. I gotta head into work. See you later. Thank you for coming.
Take care. Yeah, thank you
very much.
And thank you for asking all those wonderful questions.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of creativity, so that's good that oh, we do. Sorry, this is very like bad to say about our team.
You meant about the questions.
Yes. Brazil asked, how was designing the final boss like without too many spoilers? I can't answer that. He's a frog. That's my answer.
I don't know. It's... How can I say without spoilers? Like, it was fun because I like how... like... Lovecraftian and weird. It's like... I don't know. I don't know how to explain it too much without making it seem like a spoiler. I don't want to spoil anything.
I think it's fine just talking about your references, because if you say like Lovecraftian ideas, I wouldn't think of the design the way it is. So I think it's fine.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't necessarily design it all, because Alex did preliminary designs, and then I took them and like modified them a bit. But a lot of the ideas that we were getting were like ancient mythological monsters, and also like art of angels and stuff like that, and like what angels like really look like, not just like a person with wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Famous I don't know how to say this word.
Biblical.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Biblical descriptions of angels.
Yeah.
Oh no, I won't have time to draw Fosco. That's so sad.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure all the Fosco fans will be so disappointed. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no.
Taka actually had a lot of fun designing Fosco. I remember he was really proud of it.
Yeah.
I remember like he was really proud and showing me the drawings and say, "Oh, hey, how does this look?" And I'm like, "He looks like a rat."
His question was like, oh no, he was proud. What was it? He showed us, and he was like, "Does this look like a punchable face?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the design prompt. That's how you
Yeah?
design characters. I think Claire, he probably designed it and sent to Steph and said, "Steph, would you marry her?" And Steph said yes. And then that's the perfect design for Claire.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Brazilla said, "I wish to thank you guys for answering my questions. The whole time I was drawing Megadon and can't wait to submit for you all to see.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm excited to
glad. I wanna see it. I'm really happy with
Nice.
all the fan art we've been getting. We got some like fan art from kids actually. Whenever I see like
Looks so good.
yeah stuff drawn by kids or like collages and stuff like that, I wanna hug them." Taka said he actually did that. I forgot the smiley face bandage on Jamila's face.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the smiley face.
You know, before we had actual expressions on the characters, when we were still making the dialogue system, they all had smiley faces.
That's true. Oh, I wonder how much we can talk about the dialogue system in the game. I'll leave that one for Unai to talk about in the future because we had some fun stuff. The game changed a lot.
Ooh, 5 minutes. This will
Also,
be
just
done.
shared the teaser for my contest piece. Oh, thank you, Space Dragon. Have a good night. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Hope you had fun watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 5 minutes to draw Fosco. Okay, I did it. I have no idea how I thought I would have time to draw all the Nephlings. But I did draw most of the human characters. Just missing the bartender.
Oh, he was the most important one.
Yeah. But I can't draw him too much and give spoilers for Dawn of the Monsters 2. My last question. What was your guys' favorite out skins to use? Mine was the blue spiked Megadon, since it looks like Godzilla. Maybe it is Godzilla.
Hmm.
No, it's actually Megadon.
Been drawing monsters too much. I can't draw people now.
My favorite out color was the Tempest. What's her name? I don't know the name of the color. Tempest color that is aqua, pink, and purple, which is the skin that Mike designed. It looks so good. Such good colors.
Oh yeah, thank you. I can't remember. I mostly just use the normal ones.
Yeah, we spent so much time deciding on those colors, right?
There was what was the one? The one that I liked using a bit was the one on Tempest that was like black and red. What the heck was it?
Oh, was it Mazinga? Maybe?
Oh yeah, the Mazinger Z one.
The totally not Mazinger?
Yeah.
I got to a point where I keep trying to save the drawing. Were there any design for Earth Elemental Hero Kaiju?
Actually, technically, Aegis kind of is.
That's true,
Earth
that's true.
Elemental. It was like, because the shale energy, it like, I don't know, it's like natural. So we were thinking like that would make him kind of like a Earth based, I guess.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
It's something that morphed over time, but initially he was supposed to be straight up Earth based, from what I remember.
I think
Shield
he still
does come
does.
from the ground.
Yeah, I think his move still does the Earth element thing, the erode. It's still
Yeah,
Earth.
yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Okay, last question from Taka, and then we'll probably wrap up. How was it reaching out to so many cool actors for the Netflix version?
It was
Oh,
a dream come true.
What can I say? We're just well connected in the industry, and all we gotta do is hit them up, and they're like, "Yo, your new game? Yo, totally. Let me act for it."
Yeah, they actually
Just
asked
hit up
us to be
Netflix?
parts.
Yeah. A lot of them came
Yeah.
straight to us.
They're like, as soon as you finish that game, yo, let's make a Netflix.
But we do actually have really cool actors as voice actors in our game. I'm really glad
yes.
like Christina V was both for the voice for Sofia and our casting director, and she did a really good job. She found really awesome people.
V, Amelie, Christian Banas. Fan of those ones.
Okay. Vance Dino. Sorry, it's Dino. Really good.
Oh my god.
There you
I love
go.
that. That's so good.
Dino Kaiju.
Yeah, that's all, guys. Thank you for coming. It was really fun. We'll try to do this more often, and we'll definitely take into consideration like doing draw pile together with Fez. That will probably be held over Discord if we ever do. So yeah, don't forget that we are doing our fan art contest right now, and you have the chance to win a really cool Megadon or Ganira soft vinyl figure. I'm going to post the link on the chat. And also don't forget that the limited edition, limited run collector's edition, no, actually limited run versions of the game, physical versions and collector's edition, the pre-orders end on this Sunday. So don't forget to pre-order if you are interested. They have really cool toys that I personally really fought for because I really like chibi toys. Limited run. Yeah, any last words, guys? Oh my god, saying bye-bye.
He's saying bye.
Amazing.
It's really tricky to make it animated. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for coming, everybody.
What about you, Ben?
Yeah, thank you for all the questions. They've
Yeah.
been really good. Thanks for the prompts and I hope you enjoy the game. Continue playing some more.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll see you in a future art stream again.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If you guys need anything, we are on Twitter at 13 AM Games and or Discord, which is there on the screen. Come talk to us. That's all. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.